101, the ongoing on-air adult education course that teaches men how to get more tail for less money. Just as importantly, we teach women how men think. I am your professor. This is my classroom. Class is in session. This is where we teach the tenets of Leykis 101. Some of you are new to this classroom, and as a result, I will update you on some of the basics. In case you are new, Leykis 101 students date to get laid. When you go on a date, the objective is to get sex. It is not to get Starbucks. It is not to solicit political opinions from someone who is not capable of giving them. It is not to hear cute stories about puppies and kitty cats, or stories about how the last boyfriend was a jerk or the boss is a creep. The purpose of going out with a chick is to get laid. And your goal is to spend as little money as possible getting that done. Leykis 101 students don't spend more than $40 on a date. Zero is optimal. I mean, don't spend it if you don't have to. Spend as little as you can, but never more than $40. Never. No expensive dinners, no concerts, no trips to Vegas for the weekend, none of that stuff. No limousines, no flowers, no candy, no champagne. Forget it. A woman decides early on whether or not she's going to have sex with you. And all the money you spend will not change her mind. You have heard the testimony in this classroom of thousands of men who spent money and got nowhere, who spent nothing and got everywhere. You are not going to spend that money. Forget it. Don't do it. Leykis 101 students subscribe to the 3 strikes you're out rule. If a woman does not put out the first 3 dates, you kick her to the curb. You dump that bitch. Any woman who doesn't put out the first 3 dates is not attracted to you. Does not want to have sex with you. If she is not warm for your form or hot for your bod, get out of there. Don't waste your time and money on broads who'd string you along. When somebody is hot for you, they pounce on you. They don't take no for an answer. Please, please, I'm begging you, please. If she doesn't put out the first 3 dates, get rid of her. Leykis 101 students don't date single mothers. Single mothers have already made at least one mistake. The next one you might be paying for. There's some poor sucker out there sending her a check every month. You want to be the next one, pal? No, you don't. Do not get involved with a single mother. In addition to having that piece of baggage that looks like her ex walking around her all the time, she will not have time for you. You want sex when you want it. Not on the kid's schedule, not on her schedule, on your schedule. With that kid around, you'll be lucky to have any free time with her at all. And your dates will start being at places like Chuck E. Cheese or some theme park somewhere, instead of in the sack where you belong. Don't let that happen. Don't be paying for her kids. Take the kids to the movies. Take the kids out to Universal Studios. Forget it. Don't be doing that. Please. Leykis 101 students are in demand. We don't answer the phone on the weekend. When the phone rings, we let it go to the answering machine. And by the way, we don't have voicemail. We have answering machines. So we can monitor the calls. We don't waste our weekend nights on chicks who are not a guaranteed lay. If that phone rings on Friday and it's some chick calling, chances are her date flaked on her and you are sloppy seconds. Forget about that. Spend time with your buddies. Go to the ball game. Go out to a bar. Spend some time at home. Catch up with your ESPN or something like that. Go away for the weekend, but do not sit home waiting for that phone to ring and then jump when some broad calls. Forget it. Never have that stink of death. Never look desperate. Nothing drives a woman crazier than the idea that you've got better things to do than her. Ever since I've gone into my little hiding out in the last few weeks, women are beating each other over the head trying to get at me. I mean, they can't stand it. The fact that I'm spending all of my time alone is driving women crazy. I don't plan to do it forever, but I'm doing it right now. I'm at home every night. Many people said to me, hey, you're going to New York. Who are you bringing with you? And there are many of my friends who didn't believe me when I said, nobody. I am here in a beautiful hotel room, alone. I've got friends here who I've seen. I've got friends in the radio business. I've got friends who are just friends. I've got business contacts here. I didn't come here to show some chick in New York City to spend money on a plane ticket. I have no intention of doing that. I am here alone. And how do I feel about being here alone? I am loving it. I am loving it. I haven't taken a cab this week. I bought a $21 7-day subway pass. I can get on and off as often as I like. No worrying about some chick who doesn't want to get her hair messed up in the subway. No worrying about, it's dangerous down there in the subway, which it might be. But you know what? As a guy, I really don't care. I take the subway just about everywhere when I'm in New York. I was riding this subway when I was 9 years old. I'm not kidding. So riding the subway doesn't scare me. Last night, I did what I did the last 3 nights. After I got out of the radio show, I went out and watched basketball and hockey playoffs. That's what I did. Last night, I saw the L.A. Clippers play the Phoenix Suns. I saw the San Jose Sharks playing the Edmonton Oilers. I drank copious amounts of alcohol. I sat there palling around with whoever was at the bar. It was spectacular. It's not always about chasing broads. Sometimes it's about having time for yourself, being alone, and loving who you are. And believe me, when you act that way, more chicks want to be with you. It drives them nuts. Women want to think you're desperate to get laid. The more you are not desperate to get laid, the more they can't wait to jump your stuff, man. I'm telling you. It's really true. It's outrageous. It's that simple, boys. Those are some of the basic rules of Leykis 101. Our job is to keep you out of serious commitment, keep you out of relationships, keep you from getting married, keep you from having babies with people. Your idea is to hit it and quit it. You want to get laid and have no obligation, spend no money, and waste no time. And as your professor, I am uniquely qualified to show you how to do just that.
Tom. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Your advice is helping, and I want to tell all the listeners out there, listen, guys, this is the man right here. You follow Leykis rules, you won't have a problem getting you-know-what in the sack. All you have to do is pay attention to Father, and it will happen.
It's Leykis 101 on the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show, Leykis 101. I'm your professor at 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Brandy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
How are you?
Do you care?
I wouldn't be asking you if I didn't care.
Many do. I'm doing great.
Well, good. I just had a question for you. I listen to you, on and off, but the question is, okay, I agree with most everything you say because it's true. I'm a single mom. Do you have any exceptions for dating a single mom? That's what I want to know. What I know there has to be. Do you have any exceptions?
No.
None at all?
No. Not for my boys.
So what if they're single dads? I mean, does that change anything with them? For us with them? Or do you see it all the same?
I don't think it does them any good to be with you. They've already got their own problems.
Well, yeah. But so you're saying that just don't date a single mom, period, no matter what?
Don't do it, yeah.
Well, okay.
Now, every guy out there doesn't listen to this show. I'm sure you can find plenty of guys.
Oh, I know.
Plenty of
I'm not listening.
pussified males who listen to other stations at this time of day. And I'm sure that they'd be happy to date you.
Well, it's not that I have a problem with finding a date. I'm not even really looking right now, actually. I guess I just wanted to be fair because, like I said, I agree with most everything you say. I mean, it's obvious to most, but it's just I've always wanted to ask you that if you had any exceptions because, like, obviously being a single mom, I know what I want in life and I know how to divide my time and what I want my kids around and what how to separate the two.
Yeah, but the bottom line is, I need to get laid every day.
Uh-huh.
You're not available every day.
Yeah, but neither are you. Neither are they. The guys aren't going to be available every day either.
No, and the point is, I want it when I want it.
But I'm calling from a woman's... I know this is Leykis 101 for the men out there, but you're also, from the way men think, you're also trying to sit here, and tell us that...
And I'm telling you how guys think. Guys want to get laid when we want to get laid. Not the days you can find a babysitter or the days you're not tired or the days you don't have a headache.
What about the women that are out there, the ones that don't have kids, and they're out there at the office 60 hours a week plus working at the office and,
Even those women, they don't have the babysitter issue.
Well, that's why we have split time where my kids are with
In fact, I will tell you that as booty calls, career women are great.
Yeah.
And single mothers are terrible.
Really? But see...
Yes, because here's what happens. Women who work and are under a lot of stress at the office, I can't tell you how many times I've had one of these. They call me, 10 o'clock at night. What are you doing? There's no dating. There's no going out for a glass of wine. There's no going out and having dinner and a movie. They don't have time for that.
Right. Okay.
Powerful women need to be taken down, spanked hard, and then effed like crazy. That's what they need. And then they need to get the hell out of there so they can get up in the morning and go back to work. I mean, you can't beat that as a booty call.
Well, yeah, I don't argue with that.
They have few expectations outside of just do me, do me, do me.
So you think that as a single mom, that's just too much baggage right there in itself?
Absolutely. I have to look into the face of your kid who looks like the guy you used to be in love with.
Well, I don't let my kids around anyone until I know that I'm going to be serious with them. I don't take my kids around them.
But my point is, at some point, that's what we have to look forward to. By the way, were you ever married?
Yes.
So you had these kids when you were married?
Yes.
Both of them?
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
And what would happen if you got pregnant?
Oh, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not stupid.
If you did.
Well, I'm not going to because I don't have unprotected sex.
But dear, there's no form of birth control that's 100%.
Okay.
What if?
Well, you know what? Then I guess if that time comes, I can't really.
Not a good enough answer for my students.
Yeah. What if? I don't know.
We can't wait to find out when that time comes. And boys, I hope you're listening. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You cannot afford to wait until that time comes, because when that time comes, if you decide you're going to have the baby, we're screwed.
Yeah.
If you can't say, I definitely wouldn't have it, we have to say no to you.
Yeah, I couldn't say. I don't know. I honestly don't know. It depends.
I understand. No, I'm glad you're being honest.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
But it's what I tell the boys. That's exactly the kind of thing they should stay away from. Anytime a woman says, I don't know what I would do if I got pregnant, run.
Yeah.
Because most women who've had kids don't want to have an abortion.
Right. Well...
Right?
Yeah,
usually when a woman says, I'll wait till that time comes, I think you just don't want to admit what the answer is.
Oh, no, that's not true. I couldn't honestly say I would or I wouldn't. So, no, that's... I mean, I would... It's not like I'm for it or against it. I'm just... I don't... to me, it's...
Yeah, but if you have to wait till that time comes to make a decision... I'm telling you what the decision's going to be.
Well, that's why I don't plan on getting pregnant.
Yeah, but again, dear, accidents do happen.
That's true, on both parts.
Well, and that's exactly why I tell the boys, you need to be with somebody, when you ask that question, they give you the answer right away.
Oh, okay. See, I don't listen all the time, so I didn't know how you approach that issue.
That's how I approach it.
Oh, okay.
So, you're not available when we need you. You have a hard time getting child care. It's not always there when you need it. The kids wear you out, and they're a 24-hour-a-day proposition. Even when you're not there, you have to worry about what they're up to or who's with them and all of that. It's always distracting you. And not much in it for us.
Right. Right. So, being as also, obviously, women listen to you, too, not just men.
Oh, women do listen because women want to know how men think.
Oh, of course. That's why I listen. I just listen. Of course, I want to know what you have to say. Like I said, I almost always agree with everything you say. I mean, common. Most of the majority of it's common sense, but I guess not for all people. They don't pick up so easily on that.
Well, this particular element is common sense for guys. Maybe it isn't good for you.
Right.
But for the guys, it's good.
But see, it's funny because since I've been divorced, well, I guess it's true. Like you say, women know. They decide right away. They make up their minds if they're going to have sex with you or if they're not, because that's very true.
That's right.
Very true. So, yeah, like I said, I agree with that. I wanted to know if there was any exceptions to that, because usually, you make a bold statement. Sometimes there's exceptions or sometimes but that's what I was curious
about. Not on
about.
that one.
Not on that one?
If we start going on a case-by-case basis, these guys are going to start making mistakes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I guess they don't have the depth to know how to sort between the right and the wrong. I guess you have to just tell them one way. It's too much for them to comprehend.
Too much to have to figure out. And when you're doing things on a case-by-case basis, then you start forgetting what the dangers are, what the risks are. You sound like a nice enough girl, but I'm telling you, if you got pregnant, you're not sure what you would do. Yeah, I can't let my boys get into that situation.
Yeah, that's true. They need you to tell them that, that's for sure. They do need you.
So that is common sense for a guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's why I'm calling from, obviously a woman's point of view, or a woman, I'm sure a lot of women wonder that. Because I've heard a lot of people say, oh, when your name comes up, Tom Leykis. Oh, there's always the ones that are like, oh, I can't stand him, or, oh, yeah, but that's why, or, oh, well, he doesn't like single moms, blah, 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 so that's why I'm like, well, I just wanted to ask you about that, because
it's not even a matter of not liking single moms. I just wouldn't date one.
Right.
I wouldn't recommend that anybody else date one.
Yeah.
I date to have fun, okay?
Right. Well,
to get laid. That's what I'm dating for.
Well, I guess, yeah, that's all you're looking, exactly, because that's all your students are looking for, so I guess that would be
correct.
Pretty stupid of them to get involved in that.
That's right. If you're just looking to get laid, stay away from single moms.
Yeah, but how long can you go through life just looking to get laid?
You'd be surprised, dear.
Really?
Yes. I made the mistake of getting married.
No, I know.
More than once.
Me too.
You know what? And by the way, can I tell you something? As I have been saying on the air, and I want to reiterate this for my students.
Okay.
I don't just look to get laid. In fact, I've been taking kind of a hiatus. I have been spending time alone, getting to know myself, getting to like being alone, catching up with my friends, making myself more interesting. I came to New York City. My God, every woman I've ever known would like to be on that plane with me. I have a beautiful, luxurious hotel room 2 blocks east of Times Square. It's unbelievable.
Well, that's because you're at a point in your life where most people end up like that, where they want to, they're confident enough to be able to do things on their own, which I'm recommending
it to all my boys of all ages to spend some time alone, not to need to have somebody there all the time, not to have a girlfriend because you need someone to be next to you all the time or because you need a roommate or whatever.
Well, yeah, then we just get into the whole codependency issue. That's a whole
Well, and that's what I'm talking about. I want my boys to be happy alone. When you're happy alone, you're better in a relationship.
Well, of course.
Well, you say, of course, that's not so obvious to most people. This is why so many people jump into these marriages at 19 in the military and stuff like that. They can't handle the idea of being alone. They've had mommy taking care of them all their lives, and they just can't be without some female taking care of them.
And that's true.
And I'm trying to help these guys to love themselves and love being alone with themselves or love being with their pals. So many guys abandon their friends in the interest of getting laid. You know, flake on their friends.
Well, as do women, too. Yeah.
Well, I'm telling the guys not to do that.
How come, I know you teach them all that, but how come you don't teach them to have respect for women, though? And women that
Because I don't think anybody deserves respect. Respect is earned.
Well, what about, but you don't let them, I don't see you trying to teach them to have, to...
What does that mean? What does that mean?
What, respect?
In other words, the kind of respect you're talking about, how would it manifest itself?
Well, basically, you meet somebody and you see they're a good person. You see that they're, you see that they're somebody that has depth to them, you know, it just has a good person. I mean, when you want... That's
denying nature. Guys who want to talk to you, want to go on a date with you, they want to get laid.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
I just don't understand how that doesn't get old after a while, just wanting to get laid all the time.
Because you're a chick.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess that's why I'm asking.
Think of it this way.
Uh-huh.
Guys are different biologically.
Right.
Ejaculation for a man is like urination. Ever been hopping on one foot looking for a bathroom?
Of course.
That's how guys feel about getting laid.
Right.
And as I always say on the air, we always want to go to the nicest bathroom we can find, but every once in a while we go behind a shrub.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But that's how guys are. It's biology.
So, okay, so what's your...
So sitting around and respecting you and listening to your feelings and all that is all a bunch of phony nonsense it's the price of admission in order to get your panties off.
So you don't think the two can come together?
Well, after we've had sex with you, we might listen to what you have to say. But we don't hear anything you say until we've had sex with you.
Right. Well, and that's what I mean. After you're with somebody, you have sex with them, and you realize that they're more than just a lay or whatever you want.
Most women under the age of 45 don't have any interest in anything that's going on in the world other than the entertainment industry or where they can get a good deal on shoes or clothes. I mean, I have a lot of experience with this, dear.
Well, I'm 30, and I have many other... this is just me, obviously, but I know there are a lot of women, you're right, and I see that even with friends, but no, I mean, I have a lot of other interests and...
Yeah, well, you know what? When you find a woman under 45 who watches The Daily Show, would you have her call me, please?
Doesn't everybody watch The Daily Show?
No.
Oh,
okay.
Everybody doesn't.
Okay.
and that's my point, darling.
1-800-5800-866. Women talk about wanting to be independent all the time. It's the biggest lie that's ever been told. I mean, come on. Women need men because they need money like a heroin addict needs smack.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis 101 from New York City, 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. I am your professor. Let's say hello to Charlie on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey.
Hey.
Well,
what up, Charlie?
That caller was a perfect segue into my
my problem, my question.
All right, what is it?
You are the dad that dispenses advice that my dad never did, so I'm learning the hard way. Well, I got involved. You are so right about especially the single mom, and I got involved and got married and out. I need the DTB. How is there such thing as a post-nup?
There is, but you have to talk to an attorney about whether it would stand up.
Okay. All right.
I mean, what are you afraid of going to an attorney? So many guys call up with legal questions.
Yeah.
That could be simply answered by going to an attorney.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to give you props, too.
I understand. but going to an attorney is definitely the way to go.
Yeah, all right.
You need to ask that question at an attorney. Because, yes, there is such a thing as a post-nup.
Yeah.
I am not an attorney. My understanding as a layman is that to some extent, and I'm not sure to what extent, a post-nup is not as effective as a prenup. On top of that, what incentive does someone who's already married to you have for renegotiating the deal?
For the kids.
Well, how would that benefit the kids?
Having mom and the dad together. We don't argue in front of the kids anymore. We used to, and now we have like a kind of a roommate professional relationship. There's no love there. But what I'm worried about is the money.
Do you understand if you're married more than 10 years, Charlie?
Right.
That you will pay vagina money for the rest of your life?
Yeah, I'm approaching 7, so that's why I'm DTB pretty here soon.
Well, that's why it's time to go to the attorney now.
Right. Is that vagina money for life? Is it a sliding scale? Does it go up or down? Does it stay the same? How does that work? You know.
Another good question for your attorney.
Yeah.
But generally it's based on how much you make.
Well, her child support from her other hubby's running out, and she's not putting up any kind of a good story about how she's going to make up that money. Well,
I know how she's going to make up that money. From you.
Yeah. She's wanting me to get a second job now.
Well, so you pretty much know what the future is.
Right. Exactly. You are so right, Tom, about listen up, guys. What Tom ran through before that last female caller at the beginning, goals of the show, listen up and do them. They're all true. I'm 43. Don't make the mistake late like I am. Listen to what Dad's saying and do it because it's true.
No doubt about it. I'm sorry it happened to you, Charlie. I do thank you for that. Good luck. Do see an attorney. Alan on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Professor Tom, man.
Yes, sir.
That story for you.
I'd love to hear it. You called in last week. What did we talk about last week, Alan?
The situation was I live in Arizona, and I was coming out to California for 2 days to do some business, and I had one shot to close a deal with a girl. I was going to get to spend just one night with her, so I only had one shot to hit the home run, and I did. And
very nice.
Your advice was to try and put myself in a position to get stranded at her place.
Yes.
So to speak. So basically, we went out we got some dinner. We were watching the Suns game, and then, I saw that she was getting a little bored watching, so I said, hey, you want to do something else? And she suggests all these ridiculous things like take a drive down the PCH and do this and that. So I said, hey, why don't we go back to your place or get a movie and stuff? So she's like, all right. So we ended up getting Brokeback Mountain, which was like a nightmare for me. I said, oh, man, I'm never going to get laid now. She's going to be into the movie. So I had to sit through the whole friggin' thing, but then by the end of the movie, finally, she called. She's like, I'll be right back. She goes to her bedroom. She's like, hey, can you come here a second? It was just like a movie. I walk in the bedroom. She's in nothing but a robe. And then I just took things from there. So after the sex and stuff, I said to her, hey, you really threw a curveball, man. I really didn't think this was going to happen. She said, neither did I. And she said what made it happen for her is that I'm really into country music, so I kind of dress with a belt buckle and stuff. And she said seeing those cowboy guys for 2 hours got it real hot for me.
There we go.
But seriously, your advice about getting stranded there was perfect, because if I didn't think that and I just would have taken the drive down the PCH or gone to a bar or whatever, it probably wouldn't have happened, because she said she didn't have any initial intentions on doing it.
That's right. You have to find some way, and you had the perfect excuse. You know, you're coming in from out of town. You don't have your own car there.
Yeah.
If you could get to her place, then not be able to leave, perfect.
Well, let me tell you, she really threw a curveball by me, and I hit a home run, a Barry Bonds type home run, big.
Love that.
So thank you, Professor. Can you blow me up, Tom?
Here you go. One 800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Leykis 101. More of your telephone calls are coming up.
1-800-5800-TOM. Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
He doesn't know you're leaving. He thinks you're staying.
Well, how can I stay with somebody when they sat there and they lied?
Again, why are you still with him now?
Because I'm a girl. I'm stupid.
Okay, I'll buy that.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis 101. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Joe on the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom, how is everything?
Towing great, Joe.
That is fantastic. Hey, I just got off of work right now, and I just wanted to tell you you're my you're my commute home, and I agree with you in every single way. You got me through the hardest times of my life. And I actually got started a couple months ago from one of my buddies, Jack, out in Garden Grove. He's actually at work right now, and I wanted to give him a shout-out, too, and tell him thank you for even getting me started. So,
good.
Everything that you've done, I mean, I feel like I'm almost like stealing from you in a way, because what you have to offer is such on point that it shouldn't be free. You should charge people by the minute.
So well, you know what? The advertisers are paying for it.
Oh, well, then, there you go. But I just wanted to thank you for your service, and you're doing a great job. Keep it up. Don't stop preaching, because, you know, there's going to be haters out there, but, you know what? Screw them, so.
Screw them.
Exactly. So I just want to give you props. The next time you're out here in L.A., Orange County, wherever, just mark my words, I'll be there.
Joe, I'm looking forward to it. Let's get Lori in here on Leykis 101 with the professor. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
All right, Lori.
It's good to be here. So I was just curious. I had a question about something you mentioned earlier about respect. You said respect has to be earned, and I fully agree with that. I think that's perfect. But I was wondering, in reference to, like, women and men, I know you probably feel that women definitely need to earn the respect of men. But I'm wondering, do you think men have to earn the respect of women?
I think nobody deserves respect.
Nobody? No, I'm not saying deserves. I'm saying earn. Like,
respect is earned by everybody.
So that's
this idea that you're supposed to respect women or respect men is ludicrous.
Of course, yeah.
Many people deserve no respect at all.
Definitely, but I was going to say, like, at what point does a man have to earn the respect of a woman in your eyes? I'm wondering.
It's not at a particular point. Everyone starts with zero.
Of course.
No, but so that's when respect is earned, at the beginning.
Okay, because I'm wondering, like, what does a man have to do to earn that respect? In reference to the things that you tell men to do, which for the most part is accurate, a lot of it just has nothing to do with earning that woman's respect. And I'm wondering when that comes.
Well, really, we're not trying to earn a woman's respect. What we're trying to do is get laid.
I can tell, but I'm wondering.
We're trying to get laid.
Is that the goal at all, ever?
That's the goal of men who are dating, is to get laid.
Earning the respect, is that ever the goal?
Earning respect is not the goal. Getting laid is the goal.
Okay, I wanted to clear that up just to confirm that.
So you know, when a guy asks you out, it is not to show you how much he respects you.
Oh, I know.
It is not because he wants to get to know you better.
I definitely know that, yeah.
Not because he wants to drink gallons of Starbucks and listen to you blather on about stuff.
No, because I'm always trying to...
Did you say what I thought you said? Bleep that out, Brett. Unbelievable.
Huh?
No, the reason he's doing it is to get laid.
Oh, no, I know that. I'm pretty sure that any guy who's going to come up and say something to me, it's not because he was interested in my shoes or something. No, the only reason I bring it up is because I'm pretty much, if I'm interested in talking to someone, I'm also interested in earning their respect. So I know that that's definitely not the case with the men you're schooling.
That's not the case with most men, dear. Don't kid yourself. Our email address is tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.